Welcome to Mami Issues, a podcast where an ex-reality TV star mom
and her reality TV loving daughter
bridge the gap between their generations through celeb news, all things Bravo,
and their own personal mommy issues.
There she is.
There she is.
There she is in the flesh. Did you sleep?
I slept too much. I can't do those things. I mean, they're good because I get to spend time with Lola and, not have to spend another night at a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
But I could have gotten here and just stayed up because I didn't sleep much on the flight. I didn't take anything.
Yeah.
And then I was awake. I got here, I took a shower, but it was 5 o'clock in the morning. So Ken got back into bed and I'm like,
yeah,
it was
tempting
to not get back into bed.
I can't do red eyes because I can't sleep no matter what I take. I just can't sleep. I have a hard time. And then when I get there, I don't know how to nap. Like it's
Me neither.
hard for me to nap.
I mean, it's crazy.
So it's just like a waste of a day because I'm just like, I can't do work because I'm like, it's
no, me neither. No, it's no good. No good.
You should just but
it's just that here's the thing. There are no flights like the last flight out of LA is at 1 o'clock. There isn't anything like that's like 4 or 5.
Right. Yeah.
So it sucks. Yeah.
Okay. Hello guys. We missed a week. There's so much to catch up on. I have so many notes that I went through celeb news and highlighted stuff, but let's just catch up personally, right?
Okay.
Highlights, lowlights.
My lowlights was my red eye.
Out of 2 weeks, your low light
No, I've had other lowlights. I guess I'm telling you, babe, I'm trying not to focus on that, so I don't really remember, you know.
Okay.
I'm disappointed in some people and whatever, but I'm focusing on the highlights and there's good highlights. So and I got to go to LA. I got to spend quality time with Lola and you, and I was on Family Feud, which was so much fun. That was like a great experience.
When is that airing? Do we know?
I have no idea. I want to say it's sometime in the summer.
Okay. We'll promote it. I'm sure that they'll tell you when it's.
They're going to tell me, and then we'll promote it. Yeah. And before I left, I had a nice long lunch with a friend that I haven't cleared with her whether we never talked about whether we would discuss it or not. Well, I saw Joanna, which was really nice.
Joanna
the last time I was in LA, and that was so fun to catch up with her and all that stuff. So that was great. And then on Thursday before I left, I had we'll just leave it. We'll be cryptic about it, but I had probably a 3.5-hour lunch with somebody from
the Real Housewives of
Miami, who I like a lot, and and it was fun.
Will there be ever a chance that you can tell us what was discussed?
Just
not right now.
Not right now, and I would never discuss anything that she wouldn't be okay with, even though we didn't even talk about that. I think she probably wasn't even concerned about it. So, she's cool that way, but I will not unless I'm given the okay, and I didn't ask her.
Okay.
So I will for next week.
Okay. Highlights and lowlights for me. Lows. I got a lot of lows. I know you don't focus on the lows, so I focus on the lows.
I know, but we'll see when you're my age, you'll focus on the lows less.
Exactly. So because we didn't put out a podcast last week because one, you were in town, and then because of the timing of it, we usually record on a Friday. It's easier for us to actually record on Zoom, believe it or not, than it is to do it in person.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's taking time away from Lola, and
it is if we just want to hang out with the babe. So whatever. Also, I started work last Monday, and that
was a low light of mine, I have to tell you. But
me starting work. Well,
me going to visit Lola there, but you can talk about it.
So I started work. I started a new gig, a job, not a gig, because you think I'm a stripper when I say gig, but I'm a freelance producer. So a gig is just a new show that I'm on. And this one is a short one, actually. It's I usually don't do post-production because post-production I can do from home. It's editing. I can do it on my computer. This is a show that is like I'm doing pre-production and then I'm going to be on set. So this coming week I start shooting and I am so nervous because not nervous. I know what I'm doing. It's
Well, I would be nervous because you're shooting in a place that's haunted.
yes, well that's one thing. We're shooting in
Okay.
like an abandoned IKEA. And when I was interviewing for the show, the executive producer was like, "How do you do with haunted spaces?" And I was like, "Excuse me, like not well,
I'm
bitch.
overseeing Ken because I've asked him to
Make you a
prep
drink."
dinner. No,
Oh,
prep dinner and it's funny. He says he's doing a good job. Go ahead.
he's doing a good job. Let him live. Let him
Is
be
it panko
independent.
though? I don't want to use breadcrumbs, just regular. It has to say panko.
Let the man live. Let
No,
him.
I have a ton of panko, and if not, I have some down there
You know
in
we're
that
doing a
corner.
podcast. You know we're doing a
Yes.
podcast.
I
Okay.
I do. But
Okay.
you know, it's also a cooking show.
That's true. That's another thing. Wow, there's so much to talk about. Okay. So I started work. I'm going to be on set, which means that for like a full week, I will not see Lola because I will be up before her and I'm going to be back when she goes to sleep. I'm
You
not going to
can't
really
deal with
talk
that.
about it because I'm going to start crying.
No, you can't handle that.
No, I can, mommy. You have to be positive because if not, I'm going to freak out. I'm fine. It's going to be fine. But it was the first week of work and it was overwhelming to
Really.
say the least. I already when I start a new job, always the first week is very hard for me because I'm so zoomed in that it takes a couple days to zoom out and be like, okay, I have it
Yeah.
figured out, whatever.
In one of those things.
On
one of the right
top of
things.
the fact that that happens to me, I now have a child that needs care. And like, even if I'm like, mommy, pay attention. I see
I
you
need to
doing
tell
things
him
on the
stuff.
side.
Oh, sorry, Kenny. In one of the OXO canisters, it might be. I might have panko in there.
I already looked there.
Oh, you already looked there. Okay, if not, then just mix them both.
This is
Sorry.
the last time you can do this.
The last time. That's
Okay.
the last time.
So I was working. We have decided we're putting Lola in this daycare / co-working space for parents. It's right by my house. It's like we went to tour it. We had like a whole enrollment meeting so they knew her schedule, like all this stuff. And they told us, they were like, look, the first couple days are going to be tough because she's going to have separation anxiety. You're going to have to like whatever. It was so awful and hard. This is my real low light. Okay. So this daycare, we did it day one was on Wednesday. We decided she had like a hard time. It wasn't great. I had to like feed her because she wouldn't let other people feed her. I had to put her down because she didn't let anybody put her down, whatever. The next day, we were like, we're doing it again. So she understands like, this is going to be part of your routine, girl. You got to get used to it. The next day, bring her over. In the morning, she does great. Like they're sending me photos from the app. They're like, she's doing so much better today. She gets put down for a nap by somebody else, sleeps perfectly. And I was like, oh my God. Like,
And when they say that
go
she's doing
Lola.
great, was she laughing and
yes,
smiling?
I have
and
photos. Like they send like millions
Okay.
of photos throughout the day. So they see she's playing with the people. She has toys. She's smiling, whatever. I'm like, oh my God, my girl is a queen. Like she knows what whatever. Then like the afternoon hits and she's like, wait a minute, hold on, where's my mom and what's going on, like why am I still here, whatever. She just like she had a hard time. She was crying a lot. It was whatever. My mom landed on Thursday, that second day that she was there, and she was like, I want to come to the daycare to like pick her up and surprise her. Well, you were quite surprised to see her hysterically crying.
Yeah, and it's the funniest thing because when she sees me, she wants so much to smile because she really
she's
does.
excited.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because one time I asked Beva, I said, does she get as happy as she gets to be with me? Like when she
Then
sees
with
me,
everybody, yeah.
when she smiles, like it has to hurt her. And Beva goes, she's smiley. She's like that with everybody. Bullshit.
Okay.
I
I
witnessed
wish
it.
you would have seen her with Katie today. It was
Well,
actually
maybe, but-
weird. It was like,
Okay,
why
but
are
Katie,
you so obsessed with her?
because Katie has like great energy. I'm not telling you it's only me. No, I didn't say it's only me, but I
Okay.
said it's not with everyone, and it's not with everyone. It's
Okay.
not. But anyway,
Well,
cute
of course
thing-
not. You're her grandmother. It's
Right.
different with family. It's different when like friends come to see her.
Yeah.
She knows you and she's known you since the moment she was born.
I
You were the
know.
third person she saw.
Yeah.
You were actually the second person to hold her. As we have discussed on this podcast.
I know. I'm so sorry.
So wrong.
Anyway, the point is that she is crying, but not crying like just
No,
tears.
no,
She's
like really having a she's having a hard time.
and as she's doing that, she's trying to smile, which
No,
breaks
I'll
my heart
cry.
into a
Stop. I
million
don't want to talk about
pieces.
it.
Right.
That's not good. Okay, whatever. She's okay. Okay, she's okay. But my low light from this, like obviously that's a low light, but the biggest low light was we put her down to go to bed at night, put a little tete in her mouth, and she's fine.
So easy.
So easy. We put her down, put a sound machine on, turn off the lights, whatever, walk out. She starts immediately crying and like crying hard. And we usually give her a couple minutes to kind of figure it out. And I told Jolene, I'm like, look, she's had a really hard day. I'm going to go in there. I'm just going to hold her to fall asleep because I don't want her to suffer anymore. I put her in my arms. And again, what the normal thing is that she does is you put her in my arms, put the tete in, she falls asleep because she's like, oh, somebody's holding me. I'm so happy. I was holding her. This is not an exaggerated amount of time, 30 minutes with the tete in her mouth. And she's staring off into space and she's breathing like this. Like that trauma. And
It's
so
trauma.
I'm holding her and I'm crying, but trying to be strong because I'm like, I don't want her to see me crying, whatever. I'm doing everything to try to close her eyes. I'm rubbing her nose to close her eyes, whatever. She won't let up. Finally, she closes her eyes because she's so tired. And when she closes her eyes, I feel her body go limp. And I realized that she was like so tight. I didn't realize how tight she was until she finally rested. And then I like put her down in her crib, walk into the living room and start sobbing to John Liam. And I'm like, we have destroyed her. This is the worst thing
None
we've
of this
ever
would
done.
have happened if you lived close to me.
Well, a lot of worse things would have happened if we lived close to you.
That's not true. You've
Yes.
made that up in your head.
No,
Oh, yeah.
distance for me is important. I love you more when you're farther away from me. That's the
don't know.
truth. That's the truth.
You live where you live because of John Liam and because he wants to live there.
John Liam is trying to move me to Dallas, mommy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to get me to go to Dallas. And I'm like, the cockroach city of the world. No, thanks.
That's not the one.
I'll be here with all the other. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, then go
Like,
somewhere else. That place
I would
is
go somewhere else.
God-forsaken.
Okay, relax. I also live here, so shut up.
I know, but it's awful. You should move somewhere else.
Okay. I need your support.
No. I'm saying, right, I would be in a place more if you live somewhere else. First of all, you would have a bigger place and you would whatever, and I could be there because I can work from anywhere for as long as you need it.
Of course,
I would do with Kathy.
Are figuring out everything. This is our life. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, absolutely. Have I ever said anything? This is the first time.
No, but like, we don't need people like telling us you should do this and you should do this. Oh, and this daycare, she's so happy. Like,
you have to have the tiniest wick in the world because you have no room, like zero room for anybody, especially me, to make a comment about anything. And I never do. And sometimes it's like, shit, that's so weird. It's so like, I can't say anything without you're like,
you say anything, everything and anything you want.
I do not.
And I just like swallow it because I'm just like, there's no point in me saying anything.
Well, I feel like I don't say anything and I just swallow not saying anything because that's the way that I have to do it, which is fine.
You think that you don't say anything?
Right. And you think that I say a lot. That's the funny thing.
That's crazy.
Perspective is everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like, I just feel like kind of crazy right now because I said something and it's like, who do I think I am? Stop, like reel it in. Like that was crazy that I said that.
That's wild. Listen, I think, look, if you want to get deep here.
And into mommy issues.
And yeah, let's get into mommy issues. In 2017, when we had that really huge, ginormous fight, was that 2017? It feels like
I have no idea.
Whatever. 2017, 2018, me, my mom, and my sister too had like this very big blow up fight, like very big. To be honest, I don't even know what started it. I think it was, there was like something so small that started it, but then it like unleashed like a lot of pent up shit that everybody had from every side. I know what
started it, and I think it was a straw that broke the camel's back.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was
always came here with a lot of anxiety
Yes.
Like whenever
But
you come with anxiety. And so it was just like, anything I could have said could have, probably set you off because
yeah.
you were anxious to be
It was
here.
also, I had not been in therapy. So there was a lot of mommy issues that I was dealing with that I wasn't talking about. I was just pushing shit down. And then, yeah, every time I came to Miami because of that, all that pent up stuff, I'd be like, I'm so scared of whatever.
Right.
It
And
coming
then,
out it sideways and muddy,
Right.
whatever. So whatever. We had this huge blow up fight in 2017, and I did not talk to my mom for 6 months.
I don't know, but when you
Long
say you, me,
time.
and Gati, that didn't me and Gati weren't affected in the same way at all.
Yes, but
And
Gati
so
was
whoever listens that thinks that me and Gati and that I defend Gati, but it's just Gati is different. You know what I mean? Gati
Yeah.
doesn't. She's just different. Everybody's different, and it's okay.
We're different people, right? Like to me, I had to like set a boundary with my mom, and that boundary was like, I'm not talking to you, so you understand that like we can't do this anymore because I'm not even going to talk. I'd rather not have a relationship with you if this is how things are going to go. It was
Right.
It was a lot. So I got into therapy. I talked about my shit. I ended up like, by the way, if you have mommy issues, if you have any issues with your parents, the key is like in Real Housewives of Miami, Nicole, how she thought about her dad, that kind of it clicked for her. You have to see your parents as children, like that they are not just your parents. They have
That
things,
they're humans that have issues, and just like everybody else.
right?
So,
Like
yeah.
to me, what clicked for me in that time was like thinking about you in the house with your mom and dad without like and
Was I fat?
you were super fat. No. Just you and with your mom and dad who were refugees who came here with nothing and like only spoke Spanish and whatever, and you had to do
Never hinged on me.
right, you had to do everything. Like you did admin for your parents where it's like you weren't allowed to be a kid. And so then you tried so desperate. You were like, "Oh, I'm going to correct this in my family and my kids and make sure that they have the best of everything, the best childhood, the best whatever." And like that's when it clicked for me. I was like, "Oh, she was literally just doing everything she could and her best to give us the best." And
Right.
like there's some stuff that
which is
you
what you're
fuck
doing
up.
now.
Right.
Which is what
I'm
you're
gonna
doing
fuck
now.
up Lola
Right, exactly.
in some way that I'm not aware of until she comes to me and she said, when we were living in that
shouldn't have-
bungalow, that was fucked up because there
That
was
was
no
fucked up, and
AC.
and you should have not kept me away from G.
Right. Oh yeah. My mom now wants to be called G.
I've always wanted to be called G.
No,
and
you
everybody was
went
like,
from G to then Mimi to then
no,
Gigi, and now we're G again.
no, I never said Gigi. Gigi is a stripper name. It was G from day one when Gati was pregnant with Blair. And there's like, oh, that's not like whatever. There's not. It's like that's what I feel like I should be.
You're G.
I like
I think, and G suits you. It's cool.
Right. That's the thing.
Yeah. Anyways, I honestly don't even know like where I was going with this, but the point, oh, I do know where I was going with this. After that time, and we started talking again, I think like my biggest thing was like, I can't push things down anymore with you because then it's all going to happen again. That's the
Right.
cycle. And so I sometimes feel like if you say something to me that I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with this, a lot of stuff is water off my back these days. But I will still like subtly, I'm holding on to resentment. I'm like,
Well, that's funny because that's how I
that.
feel too. Because when you went through that whole thing where you didn't talk to me for whatever, I mean, we talked, but it was very superficial. I was like, I just have to be the bigger person. I'm not going to say anything. And then for a long time after that, I don't say, and you know what I'm saying? Like, like I wonder when you see other, like, I don't know, mothers, like I remember when Paris was planning her wedding.
Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton was planning her wedding and her mother was so involved. She says, this is my wedding too.
Yeah.
And it's like, or when other mothers get so involved in like how you do everything, which I didn't.
No.
And it's like, because I would feel like first of all, my instinct wasn't to do it anyway, because I honestly think everybody should have whatever they want and all that stuff. But like, I also feel like if I have to say something, I have to say something. I can't just never say anything.
Right. Ever. And I think that that's how it should be. I honestly think that the missing thing is I can only speak to myself because I don't know if you're holding back on stuff. All I know is like stuff that you say sometimes I only later on realize like that's annoying. And I'm like probably not going to address it because I'm so petrified of going back to 2017
Well, yeah. So
that I don't want to blow up. So I
but
push
if
it
I
down.
say like, I don't know, let's say if your trigger word is lizard and I say anything with the letter L,
No.
you're like, oh, there she goes again in your head. And that is so
Right.
unfair.
I know, but it's
Because it is, because it has
trauma.
to do, right, but it has to do with not really who I am or even who I was. It is who your father told you I was, who Matt told you I was, based on what Mark told him I was. You have to realize all that. There was a therapist that you work with who is a wonderful person and did his
I
best.
don't even like remember half of the shit he told me.
But understand that your view of me was tinged by someone who was hearing from. Remember, what was the common denominator of that particular therapist? Your dad was talking to him, Mark was talking to him, you were talking to him. And what were they talking about? Me.
Here's the issue. I don't think you realize how much work I've done on myself. You think,
no, I do.
Your
we wouldn't
issue,
be talking if you hadn't.
Right. But it's crazy that you think my perception of you is based on a therapist I had years and years and years ago and what Daddy has told me.
Not now.
Not in a million years.
But
that
before
is not
it
my
was.
perception at all.
Sure. Before it was, and it caused issues.
Sure. I'm talking about right now. That is not how I see you. I'm not judging you based on what other people have told me. I have my own relationship with you. I have my own judgment of you based on action, like real things and real.
But there's action a PTSD that's back in your head. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And for example, whatever you've said to people around you, like John Liam or whatever, like when Kathy would say stuff to Monty at first was like this with me. Monty and I have such a great relationship now because
John Liam loves you though.
Oh, I know that.
And John Liam and John Liam like has seen and heard all the shit. He's seen all the shit. And he still like is obsessed with you.
Right.
Thinks you're like the greatest person ever, which you are. But I'm your daughter. I've seen everything too. But I've experienced it on the level of like, I'm your daughter. And I'm I think I'm so protective over our relationship, which is why I'm so petrified of ruining it.
Right.
And it's also hard because we work together. So that adds another layer to it. So it's like, I don't want to blow up. I don't want to whatever, but I also like, I think I need to speak up in the moment if I'm like, the daycare thing bothered me. It bothered me that you were like talking shit about it because this is a choice that we're making right now. It doesn't mean it's permanent forever. It just is like, I think I need support, you know?
But I'm just saying that just because you and John Liam went to a place and review, that doesn't mean that has to be the place. It's just like,
of course not.
You're having such an issue with going back to work that you're like, this has to be it. This has to be it. And it's maybe not the best thing.
We're still looking into nannies. Right. There's another co-working space we're looking into, but the whole thing is like, there's a growing pain with the babies in the beginning. She's only ever been with me and John Liam. So like, of course there's going to be this. If after like 2 weeks, I decided before this all happened, I was going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I decided after this experience, I'm starting Tuesday, Thursday. If after 2 weeks of Tuesday and Thursday, it's like, this is a no-go, I'm pulling her out. It's just right now in this moment, I'm a new mom. I don't know. I don't have all the answers.
Well,
just you didn't have all the answers.
No, I didn't.
But I had my
parents.
Exactly.
And you have John Liam's parents, and I know that they're older, and I know that, and I would be whatever, but you also have John Liam that right now has the time. So between the three of them,
totally,
Lola doesn't have to be in a situation that she is
not going back to that place until maybe mid-May. And even then, who knows? You're right.
Then why would you be mad at me if you yourself have decided she's not going back there?
Because I didn't tell you any of this stuff because I'm like swallowing my stuff. Don't cry. It's okay. I'm
it's
happy
just that I could tell you because I love her too.
Of course. But like, also, what about me?
I know, but I should have a say. She's part of me.
I know.
She is. You know,
you made her ex. Or no, you made her. Whatever. Look, this is all I'm asking for. This is like my simple request. I am doing the best I can.
I know. And I'm doing the best I can. Having to watch all this from a distance.
I know, but everyone loves Lola so much. People will come in here and bulldoze over me to get to Lola. And Lola is doing great because me and Jolene. And
Yes.
I am doing the best I can, and I rarely get support or like,
Well, that's true.
you know,
That's true. And I'm sorry
acknowledgement for
that.
anything. So like,
Yes.
I am trying to make decisions based on what's best for her and also what's best for us. Like, she needs to like be around more kids. She needs to be able to like hang out with other people other than us that are adults. Like, all this stuff we're trying to do, it's like it's trial and error. You know that. You're a mom and you've never had to experience this with only one set of grandparents that are like in their 80s, you know?
No, I know.
And we
I
are
get it.
using them as much. They come here 3 times a week. It's still not enough.
Oh,
She's
I
a
know.
lot of work.
She
So
is.
like,
She is.
all I'm asking for is support and like acknowledgement that like you have to know I'm doing the best I can.
Oh my God, I do. But I do tell you that, Beba. I do tell
I
you.
know.
Maybe I don't tell you enough. Maybe I need to tell you enough because more. But I do think that you're doing an amazing job. I really do. Look at her. Just look at her. She's happy.
She's like the
She's healthy.
happiest
She's
baby in the
so
world.
well adjusted. She doesn't have any like nothing bothers her. She tries to smile when she's crying. This tells
It's
you she's the
crazy.
happiest
It's
human on the
crazy.
planet, even
She
though
got
she's
that from
crying.
me. Yeah. I like try to make everything a joke in the middle of a deep, dark cry. That's my daughter. Anyways, I am going to be better about speaking up in the moment when something bothers me in like a pot and not a way of like being abrasive with you, just being like, hey, that hurt me. Here's why. That's it, you know? Because I don't ever want to come at you. I know that you love Lola and you want the best for her, and that's where your intention is coming from. But like people, I think I'm having a hard time because people are forgetting about me and not in the
Yes,
way of
no, and
like,
I
I
thought, you
need
know what?
attention. I
That's
just
really
think like,
funny because yesterday, or when I was on the flight, I had the most turbulent in a flight that I've ever experienced,
don't
and it
tell me
was
that.
really
It's so
terrifying. And I
scary.
had fallen asleep for a few minutes, and I saw the flight attendants like hustling, you know,
It's scary.
and I
quiet.
was like this, so I covered my head with the blanket, and I just started praying, and I started, not for me because I have a lot of faith. I'm not afraid to like die. If it's my time, it's my time. But I'm thinking, you know, I'm thinking about Kathy and you and Lola. And I'm thinking like, and at that moment, I thought, I haven't told Bev enough, you know, like what a great mom you are and how amazing you're doing and how you're juggling everything and you've handled everything so amazingly well. And I think it's because of what's happened to Gati that I feel that I have to focus more on her and tell her with how much grace she's handled her huge loss and how she has not only accepted her niece, but adores her and
like
has
obsessed with
not
her.
resented any of it. And just, I have focused more on her and haven't told you enough, like how in awe I am of you, of what the kind of mother you've been. And you know, I learned a lot about what not to do from my mom. My mom's great, but she didn't know any better in a lot of things. And I never wanted to be that to you. And I hope that you've learned some of the things of what to do.
Oh my God, are you
Lola.
kidding? Of course I have. Like, most of the stuff I do with her is stuff that I know you did with us, you know? Like, a lot of stuff I'm going to be emulating is based on you, obviously. But I
I'm sorry,
appreciate
I
that.
don't tell you enough because I really do think you're incredible. Incredible. You, every second you have with her, you're teaching her, you're loving her, you're encouraging her, you're showing her how much you love her. And so I just always
you.
want her smiling. That's all. It's unreasonable. And it's my perspective as a grandmother. It's a lot easier
I
to be a
know.
grandmother. People always say, if I had known being a grandmother was this great, I would have been that first
Yeah.
because you just want, like, you don't think about discipline and this and that, whatever. Even though
You
I
just
think that
want to
when she's
like,
older, like, I'm very big on discipline. You know what I mean? I like,
yeah.
don't like entitled kids. I don't like whatever. So I think that you'll always find me on the same page with you when it comes to that. But right now, she's just like, this innocent, perfect little angel that just wants to make people smile.
Yeah. And she does. She does
Yeah.
just that.
Yeah.
Anyways, should we talk
Okay.
about Kylie Jenner and Timothy
For me,
Chalamet?
that had no lowlights, I guess. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our little therapy session.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I didn't think this was coming. But I feel so much better, don't
So
you?
do I. So do I.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, let's get into gossip.
Okay.
Let's take a deep breath, actually.
Okay.
That was for everybody too. You should take a deep breath. This is a lot. And I'm sorry. This is what you get when you miss 1 week. I had somebody
Everybody,
else-
just listen. Please listen to this on the podcast. Don't watch it on YouTube because you'll see boogers and
No, it's good. When I cry, I get pussier lips. So, and I've been
Oh,
wanting
okay.
lip
Well, I got
injections, so.
puppy eyes, and that's not
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something.
Kyle.
Oh yeah, okay. Gossip. Let's get into gossip. So Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet. This feels weird to talk about now, but whatever. Did you hear about this? That they're together now?
I thought Kylie Jenner was married. Not
No,
married, but was had
her baby
like,
daddy and her like broke up, and now she's with
Oh.
Timothy
Is it
Chalamet.
Tyga was the
No, oh my god, Travis Scott. Travis.
Oh,
Scott.
Travis Scott, right?
Hold on, I'm just gonna show you. You know who Timothy
To
Chalamet
me,
is.
the other thing with Bad Bunny is much more shocking.
Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny are together.
Yeah.
That is also shocking. But this is the image that I think about when I think of think about Kylie and Timothy Chalamet. Like he's just so femme, and I'm like she probably can swallow him with her butt, you know?
Oh
He's
God.
just so
I thought you were
skinny.
gonna say something else.
Oh no. But I don't know. I just find it to be a little crazy town. But yeah, Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner. And also, I just saw this. Bad Bunny is at Coachella. All the celebs are at Coachella right now, guys.
Right. How long is that?
It's 2 weekends. So this is the first weekend, and the next
okay.
weekend is the next one. He's like, I think these are new. He has in his Instagram story, he posted this video where you can like hear her voice and see her hair and hear her voice. I already said that. Am I okay? I'm short circuiting. He has 2 new chest tattoos of ginormous horses. And she's a horse girl. You know how she like rides horses?
No, that's Kendall.
Yeah, I'm talking about
Oh,
Bad
we
Bunny.
switched to Kendall and
Sorry,
Bad Bunny.
because you're right. That is more interesting. Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny are
Yeah.
more interesting. He has 2 horse tattoos
But
now.
he's the one that's femme.
No, Timothy
but-
is femme.
Okay, but
Oh
the
yeah,
other
Bad
one
Bunny.
says
Bad
yeah.
Bunny is a little femme. He's like he's queer-esque,
yeah.
but he's not. I think he might be bi. I don't know. I don't think he
Ken
identifies
is
as
super
queer.
femme.
Ken is femme.
Ken is the
Ken
most
is not
fun
femme.
femme
Yeah,
person
Ken is
on the
pretty
planet.
masculine. Yeah, I don't know. The funny thing about Kendall and Bad Bunny that they're saying is like Bad Bunny is not even ESL. It's beyond that. He can barely say 5 words in English. And it's and everyone's like, oh yeah, they're just hooking up. They're just hooking up. They're going to dinner together. They're riding horses together. They're talking. I don't
Maybe
know
they're
what
just using
about.
Google Translate the whole time.
I mean, yeah, it just feels like such a weird pairing, but
that is a very weird, and that they don't look pretty together. You know what I mean? She should
and
be
that's
with
what
somebody.
it's about.
It is. And you have to think about the future children.
They're not going to have children together.
No,
they're not. Taylor Swift and Joe broke up. Did you hear about this? They were dating for 6 years and they broke up. And there's a lot of like, we don't believe in love anymore type of thing. Cause people thought that they were engaged and or married at this point. So to have like a breakup is like, whoa, how did this happen?
And Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes. That's
seen kissing at Coachella. I'm so into
Not only
this.
kissing, did you saw on
Making out.
Dumois?
What do you know? Do you follow Dumois?
Yeah, look at Dumois. You're gonna die. They're
follow
like
Dumois
sucking face.
Oh my God. Well, this is what I like about it. I like when a couple that was like really strong and like healthy, and they seem very evolved people, break up and then come back together.
Right.
That to me is a sign of like, we did our thing. He was like having sex with some chiropractor who was like 50. She did her whole like, you said you hated the ocean, now you're surfing now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I love you forever. No, like they came out with new music, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, clearly. I don't love her on The Voice, or I don't know if she's still on, but I could not stand her on The
I don't think people liked her on The Voice.
Oh, no,
She
but
was saying when like during commercial breaks, she would say stuff, and then she's telling Blake like, I don't think the audience really likes me that much.
she's not
She's a
likable.
self-aware queen, at least. But yeah,
She's self-aware. I think she's too young for the shit that she would say. Like, you need to know your place. You know what I mean? Like, when you look at Chance the Rapper, I love him on the show because he's young and he's still like amazed by some people in a way
Yeah.
that a young person is amazed, not like a person that's seen it all. She acts like I've seen it all, been there, done that. I know I
Yeah.
am like
She's very
too
very
much.
therapized, and I think that's
Too
why. And I
much.
think
Yeah.
sometimes too much therapy is a bad thing.
Yeah. 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 So that's why I
Which-
think she's not likable.
Yeah, but I love that they're back together.
No, me too. Me
I
too.
love this. Also, I think Shawn Mendes is like loves Miami. Shawn Mendes is like John Liam. John Liam
Yeah.
loves Miami.
Yeah,
And I
that's
think
just
was
like
is so happy to have a
too. I feel Monty loves
yeah, but
Monty, my other
Monty's from
son-in-law.
Miami. I'm
Right, but
saying
I'm saying like
somebody
they're
who's not from there loves it.
right,
is
but
like,
they're gringos who love Latins.
yes,
Love
exactly.
it, like assimilate it, try to say things in Spanish, try to whatever. There's none of that like kind of like, oh, Latin. No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like Latin
No, they
cool, you
embrace
know?
it.
Yeah.
Like Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling married to
Oh, is he?
Ava
Oh yeah,
Mendes,
with
who is
yes.
Cuban from Miami,
How
which
much do
makes
you
me,
love her Instagram?
guys, if
She's so
you're
cute.
not following Ava Mendes on Instagram, I don't know what the hell you're doing. God, especially if you're from Miami and Cuban, you're
Yeah,
gonna
don't sleep on that. It's
she
so good.
has the greatest Instagram. It's not what you expect. It's not like every celebrity
Super
Instagram. It's
glamorous.
so it's also like she'll post like weird stuff, but like it's incredible. Do not sleep on Ava Mendes. I have
Yeah.
notifications on when she puts
Yeah.
stuff up. Like I love her shit. That's just a hot tip.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple more things. Wait, I was just gonna say something. Remind me to talk about the cooking, the amateur cooking with Beba, because I dropped that last week and I feel like we should discuss it.
Yeah.
Ariana joining Dancing with the Stars.
I love that.
Which
I love that.
we had dinner.
And she's doing more stuff. Like she's I don't know, her glow up is great. I love that.
You know what I
want
love?
I want Ken to dump me for like 3 months just
So you
so I
can
can
get
have a
into
major
shape.
glow up. Yeah, yeah.
Totally,
And then it's
totally.
like then we can get back together.
Yeah. I told me and Jolene have discussed like maybe we just like break up, like separate, maybe even full divorce. We each go find somebody super, super rich,
Yeah.
get married, and then break up.
Right.
And then we get money.
Right.
Without doing much work.
Right. I don't like the fact that either one of you have even discussed that, but the fact that in his realm of possibility, he would take the money from the woman is not good.
He has
for
full
me.
confidence that he could.
No, that's not the point.
I think he could
That
too.
he
I have a lot of
would.
faith. No, I know it's the fact that right. No, I understand. Listen, he's a go-getter. He's a hustler. Okay. I find it to be very endearing.
I'd like you to do that differently than I did with Lola.
Whatever.
I'm talking about teach you guys. It's like you have to marry for love and you have to marry for
you're
whatever.
Like, no,
and don't
marry rich. At least your first marriage. That's what you're supposed to do. Marry rich first, marry for love second. I fucked it up. I didn't love first, but it's okay. We're gonna figure it out.
And then when you can't, like if you can't, like when you can't, you can't.
Oh no, I told. By the way,
can't.
I told Jolene like if he dies, which knock on wood, that he dies. Just kidding. Knock on wood that he does not die. But I was like, if you die, I'm not like gonna try and find love. I'm gonna just go settle down with some old fart who's very rich, and I'm just gonna live in Spain or something with Lola, and just like live off his money.
But somebody that can't like get it up.
Look, I've done worse, grosser shit.
See, I haven't. I've never ever in my life done anything with anybody that it's not somebody that I've never. And I don't like Chanel purses that much. They just don't matter.
See, I do.
Like that.
I am who I am. Okay. Anyways, yeah.
Liar.
Ariana joined Dancing with the Stars. I love this for her, but I also like, let me tell you what I love about Ariana's glow up. or resurgence, whatever. She is not milking it the way that
No,
I think like a
people say
Sheena
that she
would.
is.
I
People
don't
say that she
understand
is,
that.
and I don't understand that either.
Because look at her Instagram. First of all, she hasn't posted anything. She's not like doing now like some endorsement for like vibrators because
Yeah,
I
she
can please
is. She
myself.
got
Oh,
something. It hasn't started yet, but she has it.
okay.
She got it. But by the way, Jesus, I wish she would have been more selective because I get those offers all the time. Everyone gets those offers.
vibrators?
Yes, because people don't want to imagine me and my mother would die.
I don't
You
think
know,
she'd understand what's going on.
it doesn't matter. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's not a hard get. You know?
True. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's
Fine.
not.
Fine.
It's not.
Like
Like I should tell Jennifer Aiden.
the endorsement.
It's an easy endorsement. Yeah.
That's an easy endorsement. That's all she wants. Endorsement.
Yeah.
Did you see that Tom was on Howie Mandel's podcast?
Yes. That didn't make any sense at all.
So weird. But let me tell you why he did that. And it's like such a
It makes sense.
he's so manipulative, and he knew that if he went on a podcast where the person didn't really understand who he
Right.
was or where he comes from, that he
But
can
is that
really
manipulative
twist the
or is that
narrative.
just smart so that he could tell his story without anybody's preconceived ideas? You know, that's what
Yeah.
anybody would do, Beba. That's just like normal, you know?
I think he just shouldn't have done anything at all. Like, just shut up. Just
Yeah.
shut up. Be quiet for a minute, and then maybe start your own podcast or
Yeah.
release a YouTube video, put a monetization on it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, that's true. That's what he should have done.
he should have just put a paywall in front of something of like, this is my story that I want you to hear, 30 minutes long, whatever. That would have been smarter. But it was all bullshit. It was a lot of blame the woman thing. He's like, I
Well,
broke up with her on Valentine's Day. I
and
broke
she
with her.
said she wasn't allowing it and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
by the way, we don't know if that's
We
true.
don't true.
When somebody's together for a long time, people have conversations like that.
But ultimately, what he did was wrong because before any of that happened, he was still sleeping with Raquel. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like
Oh
he's
my
like,
God,
I
how
broke up
much
with
do you
her.
dislike Raquel? Like now I watch like old episodes, like on the plane, they had like old episodes and I was watching and it's like, ew,
No,
she's
she's awful.
such an idiot
She
too.
just checked into a mental facility. Mental
Yeah,
facility?
I figure that this probably would put her over the edge in a way that
It would
yeah.
put me over the edge. I think
Well,
I
that's
would
what
do
I'm
the
saying,
same
but
exact thing.
she's really not equipped, you know what I mean?
Yeah. She's also
Yeah.
when you're that the thing is when you're dumb though, you can
Yeah,
kind
she's
of
real
like
dumb.
get through anything because you're just like la di da, la di da. Are you watching Succession?
Oh my God, of course.
So you know.
Yes, I know.
Okay,
know.
guys, if you haven't watched Succession, which by the way, if you haven't at this point, like episode 4 is tonight, but we're talking about episode 3.
You're right. Yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I'm gonna say
Turn-
it in 3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
Logan dies.
Yeah, Logan dies.
Logan died in
Logan dies.
episode 3. I couldn't believe it to the point that I was
Well-
like, oh, he's gonna at the end of this episode, it's gonna be like,
I think it was
you
very
fucking fucks. You thought I
Yeah.
was dead, you know?
That's a really good imitation. That's a really good imitation. I think it's smart because really, if not, the story doesn't continue to evolve. It's just the same
100%.
thing. And then now we're gonna see how these three, kind
Handle
of
this.
go against each other. They're gonna implode, I just keep thinking from the other side, him saying, make your own fucking pile.
Yeah.
Are you gonna add it to your pile? Then what are you gonna do with it? It's like, I do whatever, I burn it if I want to.
Yeah,
Go
it's
out and make
it's
your
my
own
money,
fucking
baby.
pile. Yes.
I felt in the beginning of the season, I know it, I think this is the final season, but I was going into it episode 1 and I was like, like I was kind of like, I don't know if I could do this anymore. Like it's the same shit over and over again. These 3 siblings who are like, what do we want to do? Do we want to call dad? Like everything is just like it's the same thing. So for him to die, I'm like, okay, now we're moving.
My thing
it.
about the show that I can't stand is that they speak in metaphors the entire time. Oh, but it's like the whatever, it's not like they can't just say it's like, it's just, I don't know. Everything they say is a metaphor.
It's annoying. No, my thing is the whole like not being able to make a decision. It's guys, do we want to call dad? It's like, please speak normal.
And when they were talking
normal.
to him, like even when they had him in the ear, it's like that was horrible.
That was so bad.
But that's also a testament to the horrible relationship they had. And it's so funny because this is supposed to be like the Rupert Murdoch story, and Rupert Murdoch isn't going. He's like 180 years old, and he isn't going anywhere. He got divorced from Jerry Hall, and now they called off an engagement with his newest like 30-year-old fiance.
Oh God.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, I didn't realize he was gonna have like at least 10 more years on him. Gotta go."
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I'll end it right now with John Liam and go with him. You know what I mean?
Really?
I got time on my hands.
Oh, no puedo.
No, listen, I'm just kidding. I'm happy if we stayed in this bungalow for the rest of our lives and are happy and healthy, like I'd be thrilled.
Putting Lola in my overnight bag and taking her.
We'll post that photo.
She would have gone with me.
I sent that photo to we put Lola in my mom's overnight bag and we took a photo and I sent it to Jackie and your mom and Jackie goes, "Your mom had a vision." And let me tell you, she absolutely executed that vision because you were being really specific about like, take her, put this on the floor, put that. It's like a perfect photo. You know what? For the YouTube
and her face is like so
you.
like, because she had pictures where she was like laughing and smiling a lot, but that picture she looked like she was being abducted.
If you're on YouTube, you get the real.
We'll put it on Instagram too.
I'll put it as the new episode out now thing. I'll just put Lola in the bag.
Perfect.
Anything else? I mean, there's other stuff, but it's also been like an hour, and I feel like we should wrap it up. And I want to talk about the cooking.
Okay, talk about the cooking.
So last week we dropped Amateur Cooking with Beva, which I feel like honestly, when I dropped it, I was like, I probably could have come up with a better title than Amateur Cooking, but it's like that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. And I think it's good because it's approachable. It's like, you know what? She can do that.
Okay, but
she doesn't own a serrated knife. I'll try it.
A serrated knife. We'll get into that more in another video. But the next video that's coming. So next week we will not have another episode, and here's why. I'm shooting for the next week straight, so I won't have any time. So I'm gonna.
But this coming week we'll have one.
Well, this is dropping tomorrow. This is Sunday, so this is dropping on Monday. The following week we will not have an episode. But I will put out another cooking video. This will be me making my tuna salad, which you would love. It's inspired by you, Mommy, because my mom makes an incredible tuna salad. This is for the girls who don't like mayonnaise. Okay. Right. And I don't care if it's for the girls who don't like mayonnaise.
Yeah. And there are a lot of people that don't like mayonnaise. And you don't have to do
Greek yogurt, mayonnaise. Baby.
Greek yogurt. It comes out great. You need the tanginess.
Better because it's creamy.
Yeah.
So that's coming. And then I'm also dropping I told you I was dropping a teriyaki salmon that's coming after. And then we did something yesterday that I'm
like a really quick thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
It was a success too. Jackie loved it.
I loved it.
But when you were inside, she was like, she was getting another one and she goes, "Explain to me what you did here. Cause there's just so much going on here." And I'm like, well, I told Beba, because we went to the farmer's market and we just picked up a bunch of stuff. I said, "What would you do with this?" And when you see it, you were like, "I would just toast this and put this and whatever." And I'm like, "No." And it's like, and you're like, "Why do you have to complicate things?" But complicating it made the difference.
It's not even that it's complicated. It's just adding more steps that I normally wouldn't do. Like for me, like I said in that first cooking video, like if it takes longer than 30 minutes, I'm not going to do it.
But it didn't take longer than 30 minutes.
It probably was exactly 30 minutes. I think I'm just always trying to simplify even the simple things.
But it's for you. But if you have people coming over, you want them to enjoy it as much as she did. She could not leave one there. She's like,
I shoved so many in my mouth. Right. By the way, it's like the only thing I ate that day, and it was like super filling. It was delicious,
and it was healthy, and it was all that. Yeah.
So next week you'll get a cooking video, and then after that we'll be back on our bullshit.
Okay. And then we'll talk about Bravo and all that, because honestly, you know,
there's not much going on.
There's not that much going on.
Especially Ultimate Girls Trip.
I don't know. I want to like get a Cliff's Notes from people, and it's like I'm not watching it. I think it was a mistake to put. First of all, Leah McSweeney, people don't like her, and I think Miami ended, and now they put them
the two worst people.
Yeah, and then they could have put just too much.
That's put Nicole and Gertie in Thailand.
We would have watched it.
Incredible. Yeah. And I think a lot of more people would have watched it too.
But I just can't with the thing and the cockies and the drunkenness and the I'm the best and I'm the whatever. It's too much.
It's too much.
So I can't.
I agree.
But I will. Well, next time we'll talk about it, and I'll try to watch.
Okay. No, yeah, I'm still watching, but I'll watch it and take notes, because that's what I normally do with the other episodes. And I'm like, I need to just like do that, even though I don't want to, but I will.
Okay.
So no episode next week, but an episode right after. Okay. Anything else? Any closing thoughts? Anything?
No, I think this was a doozy.
This was a doozy.
This
The
was a doozy.
promo will be us crying, just so you know. I just want
Okay,
to give you a heads up.
Good.
Okay, guys, follow us on Instagram at Mommy Issues the Pod. Follow me on Instagram at Beba_Rod. Follow my mom at Anna Cooks, QOOKS. Follow me on TikTok at Beba Stape, STAPE. And that's it.
Oh, you've changed your name. No, where's Baby State? Oh, TikTok. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Like Beba Rods, Beba Stape. Anyways, bye guys.
Okay. Bye. Love you.